Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Carl York Center. And tonight's Division III Sectional Tournament Championship basketball game between the Fairland Lady Dragons and the visiting Chesapeake Lady Panthers. By virtue of the higher seed, the Dragons will get to play the home game. Tonight, Chesapeake comes in under the direction of Chris Ball and Josh Ward with a 15-6 record overall, 9-5 in the OVC. In their last outing, they beat South Point 37-30 in overtime. Tonight, the Dragons, coached by John Buchanan, assisted by Adam Alt, Ashley Whitley, and Les Wilson, come in with an 18-2 record overall, 13-1 in the OVC. They have tied for the championship with Colgrove. And tonight's game, I'm telling you, it's good to be here. And I'm glad that
and we're glad to have you back.
I'm Jack Harris, and this is my cohort, Dave Carroll. We'll be bringing you the action tonight, which will tip off here in about another minute and 15 seconds. The keys tonight, Coach, as far as Coach Ball is concerned, is he wants to control the tempo, kind of slow it down and play a half-court game, and get some offensive and defensive rebounds. And he also says this is a big one here, defend the three-point line.
I talked to him before the game, and he was pretty adamant about what they need to do to be successful against Fairland. That's what it was.
Well, and in the last outing, you remember they did that well in the first
quarter.
And
that's
led
right.
10-6. But after that, Fairland applied the press and sped the game up and just ran away with it. So Coach Buchanan wants to control the tempo as well. He wants to stop penetration and limit their three-point shots. At this time, we're going to stand and honor America with our national anthem. And we'll be back with the starting lineups in just a second.
Sectional final matchup between the Chesapeake Panthers and the Fairland Dragons. At this time, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Starters for the Chesapeake Panthers, Lady Panthers. Number 3, Candace Pauley. Number 10, Robin Isaacs. Number 11, Blake Anderson. Number 23, Maddie Ward. And number 24, Emily Duncan. For the Dragons, they'll be their usual starters. Number 1, Emma Marshall. Number 22, Bree Allen. Number 23, Tommy Hinkle. Number 33, Mia Howard, and number 44, Kirsten Orsbon.
And folks, if you didn't know, I am sure glad to see Coach Harris back with us so that I'm not fumbling over words trying to get get it all out. And by the way, thank you for the pregame snacks. They were delicious.
Yeah, you can thank Peggy for that.
They were good.
Yeah, I'll take care of you. Tomorrow night, Monday. At this time, we will announce that we'll be here tomorrow night for the boys' Titanic contest with South Point, which will decide the OVC championship for the boys. Monday night, the boys against Gallia Academy here. And next Wednesday, should the Dragons prevail, we'll host the Cold Grove Hornets with identical 18-2 records for the semifinal clash in the first game of the district.
That, if we can win tonight, that should be a barn burner game.
Oh, that'd be a great game. I really think, tempo. I think tempo is definitely going to decide this game. I don't see how Chesapeake's going to slow them down. They're going to have to make some baskets, number one. And once Fairland puts that press on, if they're not able to handle it and attack, that was one of the key things against the press. You got to attack. You can't be satisfied just to get the ball past the half court.
That's right. Well, I noticed that Coach Ball had changed one of his starters from the last time that he played, and I can't remember.
Duncan.
Okay.
And I think Conley started. Ashley Conley started because I remember hitting a couple threes. But the Duncan girl came in and played well.
Okay, so I think that he's going to make some switches there.
Okay, we're up a little higher than we normally are, so here we go. Here's the tip. Allen tips it. Howard gets it to Marshall. Marshall brings it across over to the left corner to Hinkle. Hinkle out top to Allen. Allen to Howard. Howard to Marshall. Down low to Orsbon. Back out to Hinkle. Chesapeake in a 1-2-2 zone. Hinkle drives, puts it up and in. And the Lady Dragons lead 2-0. And Fairland's in that full court pressure. And there's a turnover. Orsbon comes up with a steal. Howard tried to get it to Hinkle. Bounce pass would have been the best thing there, Coach.
That would have been great. And they practiced that right before the ball game in warm-ups.
Marshall gets it in. Hinkle dribbling along the baseline. Finds Allen. Allen down to Howard, back up top to Hinkle. She hands off to Marshall. Marshall, the right wing to Hinkle. Dribbles left, step back, puts up. It's off the back of the rim. And it's rebounded in there by Howard. Hinkle's going to try a three. It's off the back of the rim. And Maddie Ward comes out there with it. Ward gets it to Anderson. Anderson didn't see that there was nobody available on that left wing, and so she took an extra step and got called for traveling. 6:46 to go in the first quarter, and Dragons leading 2-0.
2 unforced errors coached by Chesapeake already.
Hinkle dribbles across the line, gets it down to Allen in the left corner. She dribbles to the middle, hands off to Marshall. Marshall lost control and picked up by Maddie Ward. Ward to Anderson. Anderson, she gets tied up, gets loose. Ward back, and it's tipped away. Scramble for the ball. And Emily Duncan came up with it, and they get it back to Maddie Ward. Maddie Ward down the lane, puts it up, and they got an offensive foul. Kirsten Orsbon stepped in and took the charge. So that'll be a turnover. First foul on Ward. If I remember correctly, she fouled out of the last game.
Yes, she did. By the way, I believe she was nominated, if I'm not mistaken, I think she was nominated in the Midwest for McDonald's All-American. I'll have to look and see, but I think she was.
Are you sure? I saw where Addie Dillo got nominated.
I think that she was there. I really do. But we'll check it again and let you know at halftime.
Yeah. Anderson picked, and in her efforts to retrieved the ball. She slid out of bounds. So it'll be Lady Dragons basketball. Marshall inbounds to Hinkle. Hinkle hands off to Marshall. Throws it over in the right corner to Bree Allen. She puts it up. And Mia Howard comes out there with it and puts it up for the rebound basket. Ward. Oh, they had a wide open shot there for Emily Duncan, but she missed everything.
You know, Coach, they did a great job breaking the press. They did it by passing and not
And they
dribbling.
attacked. Just didn't do very well on the shot. And Tommy Hinkle drives down the right side, puts it up and lays it in. And right now with 5:12 to go in the first quarter, the Dragons lead 6-0. I got to give a shout out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is a big one. An untouchable 1961 state tournament Hall of Famer. Come on, man, you know who I'm talking about. Mr. Doug Curry, the Bean. He's watching. I think he's over at his son's house, Mark, and they're catching this on YouTube. And I told him I'd give him a shout out. So, yes, you were right.
Maddie Ward.
Yeah, Maddie Ward.
She's been nominated.
Been
that doesn't
nominated
mean she is, but
for a
McDonald's All-American out of the Midwest, and that's one heck of an honor. You and I both know that.
Oh, yes. Her and Anderson, in my opinion, are the two players that have to get them going, and anything they get from the others is
Gravy.
yes. Well, Fairland puts the press on. Panthers break it, and there's a pass cross court, and it's out of bounds. Another unforced error. Chesapeake got the right idea. They just need some execution.
Well, they've missed 4 out on 4 points right there, last
Yeah.
2 trips.
Yep. Tommy Hinkle brings it up across the line. Throws it over to the right to Osborne. She mishandles it out of bounds. It'll be Lady Panthers basketball.
Unforced error by the Dragons.
Yep. Dragons got their 1-2-1-1 press on. And Hinkle knocks that one out of bounds. Lady Panthers will retain possession. And now Emily Duncan's going to inbound the ball. Oh, my. Duncan tried to get it in to Addie Dillo, which was knocked out of bounds right back into the hands of Duncan. So it'll be the Lady Dragons basketball underneath their own basket. Hinkle to inbounds. Marshall up top for the three. It's good. 9-0, 4:40 on a running clock.
I'll tell you, Coach, Chesapeake is not having very much luck changing the tempo of this game.
Well, they need points. I mean, they have yet to dent the scoreboard. 9-0, 4:37. Pass inside to Dillo. And it's picked off by Howard. She puts up a left-handed shot. Comes off the front of the rim, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Lady Panthers, and the Lady Dragons will retain possession underneath their own basket. Marshall inbound to Howard. Howard to Marshall. Same play they just ran. Marshall now going to drive down the lane, and that's blocked out of bounds.
Got a foul.
Oh, no, we got a foul. That's on Emily Duncan on the shot, so Emma Marshall's going to step up to the line and get a couple free throws.
That was a good call. She came right across her forearm on that. It was easy to see from where we were at.
Marshall's first shot is up and off the side of the rim. Number 14, Brooklyn McComas checks in for the Panthers. And Duncan goes to the bench. Marshall's second shot is up, and it's off the back of the rim. Maddie Ward come out there with it, but it's knocked out of bounds by Bree Allen. And the Panthers will inbound the ball. Number 1, Sydney Fuller, also checked in for the Panthers. She gets it into Ward. Ward dribbling, and that pass is going to be picked off by Tommy Hinkle. She wraps around, lays it up left-handed. It's short, and Maddie Ward comes out of there with it. Driving hard to the basket is Blake Anderson. Her shot is up and no good. Coming out of there with it, tied up. Number 10, Robin Isaacs, and Bree Allen. So
Kylie Bruce is going to come in along with Katie Brumfield, coach.
it'll be Lady Panthers ball. Inbounding the ball is McComas. McComas to Ward. Ward to McComas. She lets one fly from 3. It's in and out. And Tommy Hinkle comes out there with it. Looking up court, brings it across the timeline. Finds Marshall in the right corner. She lets a 3 go, and it's the air ball. Coming out of there with it is Blake Anderson, and she's fouled by Bree Allen. Candace Pauley inbounds the ball, gets it to McComas. McComas down to Ward. Ward drives to the middle, puts up the shot. It's off the glass. And it's stolen by Anderson, and she's fouled immediately by, I think, Katie Brumfield. Was unable to secure the rebound, and Anderson stole it. So Blake Anderson will go to the line for the Panthers. Her first shot is up and off the front of the rim.
Coach, they've had about a 2.5-minute scoring drought here. Let's see if they can get on the scoreboard.
That one's up and good. So the Panthers have dented the board, and it's 9-1 with 3:30 to go. That pass, Katie Brumfield, and she's unable to corral it, and it goes out of bounds to the Panthers. Number 3, Candace Pauley to inbound. And checking in for the Dragons, number 4, Reese Barnett's sharpshooter. And she promptly knocks the ball out of bounds. Panthers are inbound on the side. Pauley to inbound. She gets it into McComas. McComas picked up by Kylie Bruce. And the Dragons have dropped back into a straight man. McComas picks it up, gets it to Anderson. She dribbles left, and then she is Maddie Ward set a pick, and Marshall just ran right over her, and she picks up her first foul. That is the first on the Dragons and 2 fouls on the Panthers. Now we got another foul. Reese Barnett picks up a holding foul on the inbounds pass. So quickly, 2 team fouls apiece. Maddie Ward comes to get the ball, dribbles back out. Now she's between the circles, down the lane. Hands off to Anderson. Anderson tried to hand off to McComas, and Hinkle stole it, goes in and lays it up. It's good, 11-1. Dragons, 2:50 on a running clock. This thing is quickly getting out of hand. Coach Ball calls his second timeout of the first quarter. 2:43 to go. Lady Dragons up 11-1.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Yeah, I knew this could happen. That's exactly what happened. But the Dragons didn't wait till the second quarter tonight. They applied pressure right from the get-go. And
well, I told you that's what Coach Ball told me before the game. He said, we have to control the tempo. We got to make it a half-court game, and he has not done that so far.
I'm not sure that they had the ball handlers and the personnel to hang with them.
Well, let's give a shout-out to all these guys that are out trying to fix this power. I know you said you got yours back today. I'm still without mine for 5 days.
God bless them. They're out there in that weather, and they're out there. Last I saw, Buckeye Royal, who I have my electric with, are working 16-hour shifts. Brother, that's a long day,
It is.
especially outside.
Like I said, I've been out. I don't even have cell service at my house. I have no telephone, so we're roughing. I'm coming in every day and staying at my sister's. Thank the Lord for my sister Mary and my brother-in-law Tom for putting up with me and hanging out.
Really? Way to go, Tom.
Nah, hey, let me tell you, I went out and ate with them last night.
Family's
night
everything,
before.
brother.
Hey, it is. It truly is.
They'll take care of you. My girls have been, they checked on me every day, 2 and 3 times a day. All right, Lady Panthers are inbound on the side. Panthers did a good job right there. Moved the ball down the floor, made good passes, got a good shot off, and drained it. And that was Robin Isaacs that knocked that one down. Bree Allen puts up a shot. It's rebounded by Kylie Bruce. Over in the corner to Henkel, and she drains the 3. Henkel's got 9 points already in the first quarter. Isaacs gets it into Pauly. Pauly dribbling against Barnett. She gets it to Anderson. Anderson down the lane. Over to Isaacs. 3-pointer put up by Maddie Ward, and it goes. It's good, and it's 14-6 and 1:50 to go in the first quarter. Barnett gets one over in the left corner, and she puts up a shot, nothing but net. 17-6 Dragons.
Coach, that was a pretty shot.
That was nothing but net. McComas brings it up across the timeline. Gets it over to Isaacs. Isaacs dribbling in the right corner, gets it to Blake Anderson. Anderson to McComas. She puts up a shot, and it's good. Tommy Hinkle brings the ball up now for the Dragons. Dribbles right, looking to drive. She carried it. And it'll be the Panthers' ball. Checking in is Ashley Conley now for the Lady Panthers.
Libby Judge is in for the Dragons.
And Libby Judge comes in for the Dragons. Fairland in that full court pressure. Gets it into McComas. McComas being doubled there by, she throws it off the leg of Libby Judge and out of bounds, so it'll still be Panthers basketball.
That was a really smart play right there.
It was, because they're getting close to the 10-second count.
And Coach Ballsworth used 2 timeouts.
Right. Pauly gets it into McComas. Back to Pauly. Pauly, she didn't want to dribble across the line, so she made a bad pass, picked off by Libby Judge to Marshall. Marshall to Barnett for the 3-pointer in the corner, and it's no good. McComas comes out of there with it. McComas to Anderson. Anderson down the middle. Over to McComas, gets it back, puts it up, and it's good. Just like that, it's 17-10, 30 seconds to go on a running clock. Barnett's going to try it. Nope. He almost pulled the trigger. Gets it back out to Henkel. Henkel to Marshall. Marshall back to Barnett. She lets it fly this time, and that was way short. Picked up there by Ashley Conley. Conley gets it to Ward. Ward down the lane. We got a foul on the Dragons. I think that was on Tommy Hinkle. That's her first foul, team foul number 4 on the Dragons. 8.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dragons leading 17-10. Panthers making just a little bit of noise.
Yep.
Gets it inside to Ward. Ward puts up the hook shot, and it's blocked by Kylie Bruce. Kylie Bruce to Henkel. Henkel puts it up, and it's off the back of the rim. So your score after the 1 quarter of basketball, Division III Sectional Tournament Championship Basketball. Lady Dragons 17, Lady Panthers 10.
You know, I gave my sister and brother-in-law a shout out, but my nephew is also in from Alabama. He's an infectious disease doctor, and he was in this week. Of course, he picked a heck of a week to come home. Got stuck
Really?
in Atlanta for a day, and had to find him a hotel room. But he's here, so Ryan, shout out to you. Love you too. And
I'm telling you, my neighbors did just the opposite. Calhoun and Shirley Jenkins. They went to Daytona. They've been in Daytona for the week. Of course, he's a big race fan, big NASCAR man, and
well, he picked a good week to go. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's sitting out in the sun with a shirt over his head. But yeah, it's 85, 86 degrees down there, sunny, and
you know,
you just wait till he gets home.
Does this ever make you want to move south?
Oh yeah, let's see. But I could never leave my grandkids.
I knew it.
Ever.
Well, that would be hard too.
Oh yeah. It's been hard just not being able to be around them. Dragons basketball starts second quarter. Kirsten Orsbon inbounds to Hinkle. Hinkle, Howard, Orsbon, Marshall, and Allen back for the Dragons. Hinkle hands off to Marshall. Marshall over to Bree Allen. Allen in the corner to Hinkle.
Coach, I believe they're playing a boxing one on Tommy Hinkle.
They might be.
I've been sitting here watching.
There's a turnover. That's picked up by Pauly. Pauly loses it to Howard. Howard to Hinkle. Hinkle for the layup, and it's good. 19-10. Ward gets it. They're just not handling the pressure very well at all. Down
nice
inside
pass
to Emily Duncan. She lays it up and in. Nice look there for number 3, Candace Pauly. To Emily Duncan. Marshall over in the corner to Bree Allen. She has her shot blocked by Duncan and stolen. Duncan hands it off to Ward. Ward walks it up. And now here comes the double team. Now this passes over to Isaacs. Excuse me, that's Pauly. Ward gets it. She's working one-on-one against Howard. Howard, a good on-ball defender. And she fouls Maddie Ward. That's team foul number 6 on the Dragons. And from here on, the Lady Panthers will be on a 1-1. 19-12, 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Candace Pauly inbounds. Tries to get it McComas. It's knocked out of bounds by Bree Allen. Pauly to Blake Anderson. Anderson to McComas. McComas out top, over to Anderson. She drives down the lane, lays it up, and it's off the back of the rim. Pulled out there by Hinkle. Hinkle looked long to Orsbon. She puts the shot up. Rebounded by McComas, but she's standing on the end line, so the Dragons will retain possession. 6:15, 19-12. Lady Dragons. Marshall the inbound for the Dragons. Hands off to Orsbon. She puts it up. It's no good. Hinkle drives down the right. Goes hard to the basket and lays it up and in. 21-12 Dragons. 6 minutes to go in the half. McComas brings it up, and she's promptly fouled. Kirsten Orsbon got her hand caught in a cookie jar, and that's going to put McComas at the foul line for a 1-on-1 bonus situation.
Coach, I believe McComas is a freshman, is she not?
I have no idea.
I think she is. I don't have it here. But
she's playing with some confidence with the ball handling. A couple of the others need to be as confident. They get the ball to half court and then they just want to pick it up, and it's been killing them. They're throwing bad passes, getting the ball stolen, and
well, when they've gotten a bye, it's been an attack. It's been 2-on-1 back here, and it's about passing and not dribbling the ball. So they need to kind of get back to that.
Dragons call timeout. Coach Buchanan makes a 30-second timeout. I knew my daughter was here, but I couldn't find her. Now she's going to come out.
She's going to love all over you, so you better watch out.
Well,
maybe I'll just get in the way.
You know, she is. She's been vaccinated, you know. She's one of the first responders that works on COVID patients every day. She's in really good shape. McComas eyes the basket, puts up the shot, and it's good. 21-13. Hello, baby doll.
I haven't hugged you in 10 days. I'm trying to give you a big hug.
Where's mine at, Holly? Really? Oh, okay.
I'm vaccinated. I can give hugs.
McComas' second shot is up and off the back of the rim, rebounded by Kirsten Horsbond to Hinkle. Hinkle down the right side, puts up the shot, air balls. Bree Allen picks up the rebound, and she's fouled by Blake Anderson. I believe that's Anderson's first, team foul number 3 on the Lady Panthers, but this is a shooting foul. Bree Allen has yet to dent the scoreboard. She's usually one of the leading scorers.
Yeah, she had
the shot is up.
She had a really
Bounces
good
in.
game last game we did.
20,
You weren't
26.
Here. Oh,
I think that was her career high. She's on the board now. She puts up the second shot, and it's good. Dragons lead 23-13. Isaac inbounds to McComas. McComas handles the ball, and she's forced out of bounds by Mia Howard. Really good on-ball defender.
you know what? That's great defense using that sideline as the other defender. That's a great job.
Bree Allen inbounds to Hinkle. And Panthers are back to the 1-2-2. Horsbond, Howard. Howard loses it to Maddie Ward, picks it up. She brings it down the back. That's number 10, Robin Isaac, puts up a 3 and finds the bottom of the net. Horsbond couldn't control it, saved it to Blake Anderson. She goes up, and that shot is blocked by Hinkle out of bounds. Lady Panthers basketball. And Lady Panthers have cut the lead to 7. 4:56 to go. Oh, yeah. McComas inbounds to Ward. Ward dribbles out beyond the three-point line. Now backs up a little further. And Ward just content to stand there and dribble. Now Allen comes out to pick her up. Force a 5 count. Ward down the middle, brings it back out. She lost control. Hinkle picks it up. She's all alone. She's going to go coast to coast. Lays it up and in and fouled on the play. Robin Isaacs on the foul. That's her first, team foul number 4. But Hinkle goes to the line to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. She got 15 points here already in the first half.
She got 6 already in this quarter.
Shot is up and good.
7.
And the Dragons hop out back to a double-digit lead, 26-16. Howard picks up McComas, very closely guarded. Ward sets a pick for her. Over to Anderson. Now, she's picked up by Tommy Hinkle, who knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll be Lady Panthers basketball. Checking back in for the Dragons, number 12, Kylie Bruce, comes in for Mia Howard. McComas to inbound. She gets it into Duncan. Drives baseline. Stops and pops. And she misses, but Isaac comes out of there with a rebound. Rebound puts up another three by Isaacs, and it's off the back of the rim. Hinkle going coast to coast, lays it up with the left hand, it's a little too strong. And then knocked out of bounds by Hinkle. 3:37 to go in the first half. Dragons lead by 10, 26-16. Isaacs brings it into McComas. She walks it up across the line. Osborne picks her up. McComas still dribbling outside to Isaacs. Isaacs to Ward. Ward puts up a jumper. It's short. She goes and gets a rebound. And Allen comes out there with it. Orsborn, puts it up, hands it off to Marshall. She misses the layup, and it's knocked out of bounds by Isaacs. It'll be Lady Dragons basketball. 3:03 to go, 26-16. Hinkle to Marshall. She fakes a handoff, goes to the basket, blows the layup, but picked up by Hinkle, but she gets tied up with Bruce, and they knock it out of bounds. Be Panthers basketball. Reese Barnett comes in, checks in for Kirsten Orsbon, and she picks up McComas. McComas dribbling across the timeline, gets it over to Duncan. Duncan to Anderson. Anderson inside to Ward. That pass is knocked away. Anderson got it back, tried to lay it up. And now we have a jump ball. It'll be the Lady Panthers basketball. 2:37 to go. It's inbounded to Ward. Ward dribbles out in the left corner to Anderson. Anderson trying to get it to Ward, and it's picked off by Marshall. Marshall brings it down the lane, gets it over to Barnett for a wide open three, and it's off the front of the rim. Kylie Bruce comes out there with the rebound. Allen back to Barnett. She's going to put up another one and drains it. 29-16. And one thing about her, she's not shy. That reminds me of a guy I know named Doug Curry. You know, his theory was if it didn't want me to shoot it, they wouldn't have thrown it to me.
There you go.
McComas dribbling on the right wing, takes it to the hole.
Change her pivot foot there, Coach.
She picks it up, and Bree Allen tries to come up with the steal, but puts the ball on the baseline, and it'll be Panther basketball. 1:37 to go, 29-16. Maddie Ward inbound for the Lady Panthers. She gets it inside to McComas. She fakes a shot, tries to go up against Kylie Bruce, and she thought better of it.
Nice pass.
Emily Duncan was found underneath all alone. She puts it up and in. Barnett's over on the right wing, back out top to Marshall. That pass is almost picked off by Blake. They are in the box and one. They've got number 3, Pauly. Man-to-man on Tommy Hinkle. The Panthers pick off that pass. Maddie Ward comes up with it. She hands it off to Anderson. Anderson gets it back to her. Ward puts up a 3 and misses. There she goes. Tommy Hinkle trying to go coast to coast. Laid it up and off the front of the rim. And coming out of there with the rebound was Kylie Bruce, and she tried to put it back up, and she's fouled. That's team foul number 5. That foul was on Maddie Ward, her second, team number 5. Kylie Bruce to go to the line and shoot a pair. 47 seconds to go in the first half. Bruce's first shot is up, too strong. Kylie Bruce's second shot is up, and it's off the back of the rim. Anderson comes out there with it. She dribbles hard down the left side, takes it to the basket. McComas side steps Barnett's, and she launched a three, and it came off the back of the rim. It's off the knee of Tommy Hinkle. It'll be Panthers ball. Pauly gets it into McComas. McComas dribbles across the timeline. Goes down the left side. Backs out again. Ward sets a pick. Gets the ball back from McComas. 14 seconds to go. Looks like the Panthers are going to play for the last shot. Down to 9. And that's going to be the half. They don't get the shot off. Ward lost control. Bree Allen jumped in there and knocked it away, and that's going the way the first half is going to end. The Dragons, 29. The Lady Panthers, 18. Coach, your thoughts?
Well, second quarter was better for Chesapeake. I thought we played a little sloppy. We had some, we had some chances down underneath the basket, and we just didn't make them.
Yeah, they're playing a little tight, I think. But I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break and let you add the numbers up there. I don't know what kind of a nickname I'm going to give you.
Well,
Einstein or something?
Well, Lord, no.
Okay.
I need a calculator.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 7 minutes or so and give you an update on the halftime stats. Okay, we're back here at the Carl York Center. We got about 2 minutes to go before the second half starts, and I'm going to turn it over to Dave Carroll, and he's going to update you with the halftime stats.
And no, I'm not the Rain Man. Okay.
That's a good one. I like
Hey.
that.
For
Rain
Chesapeake, Maddie Ward has 3. Emily Duncan has 4. Blake Anderson had a free throw for 1. Brooklyn McComas has 5. And Robin Isaacs has 5. So you got 2 younger kids, looks like there. That's their leading scorers. That gives them a total of 18 right there.
Well, they've got to get something out of Ward and Anderson. I felt like the last game that the younger ones really contributed, and Ward and Anderson just, I don't know what it is, but
Well, we talked about it here a minute ago. Coach Buchanan's gone and played. He's playing straight man here. Has since I think,
That's probably
before the second quarter. He got out of that zone press he was in. He's not playing his half court.
I'm pretty sure you're right, Coach. It's made a difference because Ward and Anderson struggled just to get shots off.
Right. Let's go Fairland. Emma Marshall has 3. Bree Allen only has 2, Coach.
2 foul shots.
Yeah. Tommy Hankel's got 16. She's had the hot hand for us. Mia Howard's got 2. Reese Barnett's has 6. And that's the total 29 for Fairland. So really, other than Tommy, there's not a whole lot of scoring even for us.
Well, this is still a ball game. They're only down 11 points. A couple shots here and there, and we got a ball game again. So,
well, you got to remember too. This is Fairland, Chesapeake, and you know how hard it is to beat a team 3 times a year. Now, I don't care what anybody says. I coached for 30 years. You coached forever, so I mean, it's
that's
tough.
a good point.
It's tough.
It's always tougher to beat a team 3 times in one season, especially when it's your rival. All right, it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be Dragon basketball to start the second half. Chesapeake comes out with Ward, Anderson, McComas, Pauly, and Emily Duncan. Horsbond inbound for the Dragons. She gets it into Tommy Hinkle. McComas picks her up. Mia Howard sets a pick.
It looks like Chesapeake's gone to 2-3 zone, Coach.
Yeah. Going to find out where they can make shots. I'm going to tell you, you better know where Hinkle and Allen are, because they can flat shoot the three.
Well, I'll tell you, here's the thing. Fairland's going to go play a high-low, so those girls in the back, those three in the back for Chesapeake, better know where these guys are against that high-low.
Marshall inbounds to Allen. Allen gets it out top to Hinkle. Hinkle between the circles, dribbles right, gets Orsbon on the back door, lost control, gets it inside to Allen. She puts it up, and she fouled immediately by Blake Anderson. And Allen's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. 7:28. Her first shot is up and good. 30-18 Dragons. Bree Allen. Eyes the rim. Dribbles 3 times. Puts it up. And it's off the back of the rim. Hinkle comes out there with it. She missed everything. Maddie Ward rebounds and gets it to McComas. McComas across the timeline. Over to Ward. She picked up by Howard. Dragons into man-to-man. Ward out top. They got a 1-4 low set. Hands off to McComas. She dribbles to the middle where she's picked up by Howard. Dragons switching to Anderson. Anderson to Ward. Ward and is fouled by Mia Howard. She undercut her. I don't know how you could dispute that was a foul.
Well, that's, Coach, we're just running this kind of little dribble drive.
Right.
It's a variation of old
Paulie's
Kentucky
looking to
style
get it
from
in
Jody
bounds.
Hall.
He gets it to Ward. Ward to McComas. Now we're going to the little difference, 1-2-2 set. McComas dribble drive to the left corner, picks it up, and we got an offensive foul. Or what we got there? What was the call?
5-second
Five
call.
second call.
Yeah. And I did not see that, but that's what it was.
Bree Allen inbounds to Hinkle. She dribbles it up across the timeline. She's got a double pick set. Allen on one side, Howard on the other. They get it inside to Howard. She drives. And we got a 3-second call on Bree Allen. So it'll be the Panthers ball. 6:19 to go in the first or third quarter. She lobs it in to Ward. Ward gets it to Anderson. Anderson dribbling up against Howard. Over to McComas. McComas is picked up there by Orsbon. She picks her dribble up and gets it to Anderson. She dribble drives to the middle to Paulie in the corner. Anderson back out top to McComas. McComas to Duncan. Duncan to Ward. Ward back over to Duncan. She tries to get it inside to Duncan, and she missed the pass badly.
Coach, Chesapeake took about 25 seconds off that clock right there, which is what they wanted to do, but they're still down 12 points.
They got to find a way to put the ball in the basket. Marshall inbounds to Hinkle. She gets it down inside to Bree Allen, who drop steps to her left and lays it up and in. Dragons up 32-18. There's a pass inside. McComas lost it, and Allen picks it up. Over to Hinkle. Hinkle to Allen. Allen hands off to Marshall. Marshall down the lane, puts up a floater, and it's in. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dragons lead by 16. Anderson down the left side. And he's picked up and fouled immediately by Tommy Hinkle. That's her second. Team foul number 2 in the second half. 4:57 to go. Dragons up by 16. Blake Anderson inbounds to Ward. Found her underneath all alone. She puts it up and in. Hankel brings it up. Marshall, right wing, boom. Puts up a three. That's a pretty shot. Nothing but net.
Beautiful.
37-20. Dragons up by 17.
I don't think Coach Buchanan's very happy with his defense right now.
I think he was mad about that last defensive set down there. Ward was all alone underneath the basket.
Well, she made a heck of a seal move to get open, and you know, hey, you playing post defense, you got to stay between your man and the basket on out of bounds. You know, I've always coaching. There's three parts of the game: there's your offense, your defense, and then there's your out of bounds stuff, and that goes along with your defense and your offense. I watch a lot of teams now, and they don't run a lot of out of bounds stuff. They just get the ball in and play.
Right. Pauly going to inbound for the Lady Panthers. Dragons pick it up full court again. And they get the ball to Maddie Ward. She's pushed from behind by Katie Brumfield. That's her second. Inbound again. Gets it in again to Ward. She picked up by Brumfield. Hinkle comes to double. And there it is. There's the pass to Isaacs. Isaacs dribbles. Hands off to Ward. Ward goes down the right side. Turns left. Puts it up with the left hand. That was a nice shot there. Laid it up and in. Hinkle brings it quickly across the line to Marshall. She's going to let another three fly, and it's off the rim, in and out. And Ward rebounds. Over to Anderson. Anderson brings it up between the circles, goes left. On a pick by Isaacs. Finds Ward open all alone on the right wing, and shoots off the front of the rim. And coming out there with it is Katie Brumfield. She gets it to Orsbon. She lays it up, and she's fouled immediately. That might be Ward's third foul. It is. It is her third foul. And team foul number 2 on the Panthers here in the second half. That'll send Kirsten Orsbon to the line to shoot a pair. First shot is up and off the back of the rim. Checking in for the Panthers is Emily Duncan. And she checks in for Ashley Conley. Orsbon eyes the basket, and it's off the back of the rim. Tommy Hinkle comes out there with it. They left her open. She tries to get it inside to Orsbon, and she lost control. And Panthers moving the ball around the perimeter. Hands off. Gets it down inside to Duncan, but she's blocked. Hinkle goes up, and she's fouled by Blake Anderson. So Hinkle's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. .327 to go in the third quarter. First shot is up and good, 38-22. And Kylie Bruce is going to check in for Kirsten Orsbon. Hinkle's second shot is up. It's off the back of the rim, and Anderson comes out there with it. Dribbles up the floor in a hurry to the basket, lays it up and in. 38-24. Hinkle receives the pass from Marshall. Marshall to Bruce. Bruce back to Marshall. Over to the left wing to Katie Brumfield. She puts a shot up. It's off the rim. And Pauly comes out there with the rebound to Anderson. Anderson to Ward. Ward drives down the lane, puts it up. It's short. It's picked up by Duncan, and Duncan puts it up and in. 38-26. Marshall. It's down inside to Kylie Bruce put up a shot and it's rebounded. Saved in there by the Panthers. Isaacs with the ball in the left corner. Gets it to Pauly. Pauly to Ward, and her shot is short and rebounded by Kylie Bruce. 2:12 to go on a running clock. Dragons up 12 points. Marshall gets it over to Katie Brumph. She's going to fire again, and it's off the back of the rim. But Hinkle comes out of there with it. Gets it down inside to Bree Allen. She goes left, puts it up with her left hand. And it's off the back of the rim, knocked out of bounds to the Lady Panthers. Checking in for the Dragons, Reese Barnett for Katie Brumfield. Pauly inbounds to Anderson. Anderson walks it up. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Anderson drives on Hinkle. Hinkle picks her up, cuts her off. Gets it down inside to Ward. Ward out to Duncan. Her shot is short. It's picked up in there by Emily Marshall. She's going full speed to drops it off to Allen. Allen finds the Kylie Bruce all alone on the left side, and she lays it up and in. 40-26. 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Anderson walks it up across the timeline. Backs it out. It's picked up there by Barnett. Dragons in their man-to-man. Anderson gets it to. That was a pretty play right there. Isaacs found Emily Duncan all alone, and she laid it up and in. Hinkle tried to find Kylie Bruce, but the pass a little too strong. And it's out of bounds to the Lady Panthers, who could cut the lead down to 10 with a basket here, possibly 9. Dragons backed out of that press, Coach.
Yep.
But they're picking it up full court. Anderson brings it up. He goes around behind back, reverse dribbles. She finds McComas, who's checked in for the Panthers. And she loses control. And there's going to be a foul on Pauly. That's team foul number 3.
4.
4. Team foul number 4 on the Lady Panthers.
That's her first.
Bree Allen, the inbound for the Lady Dragons, gets it into Hinkle. Hinkle across the line. Gets it over the right corner to, oh my. Kylie Bruce, chance, 2 chances, got her own rebound, missed them both. And the ball is tapped out of bounds to the Lady Panthers. Duncan checks in for Isaacs. McComas receives the inbounds from Anderson. She's dribbling up against Marshall. Marshall looking to pick it. She does. Lays it up and in. That's what she does. She'll pick you clean. And the Dragons have regained that 14-point lead. So at the end of 3, your Lady Dragons 42 and the Chesapeake Lady Panthers 28. Still got a ball game.
Yes, we do. Dragons outscored them by 3 that quarter, but Chesapeake has controlled the tempo
A lot better.
a lot better.
But the Dragons did back out of their press.
That is true.
But right there at the end, they put the pressure on, and Marshall was able to get the steal and the layup pretty close to the buzzer. And the Dragons go up 14 in this Division III sectional championship girls high school basketball game. Whoever wins this game will face the Coal Grove Hornets. If Chesapeake should win, they would play at Coal Grove Wednesday night. If the Dragons win, they'll face Coal Grove here at the Carl York Center. It'll be Lady Panther ball to start the fourth and final quarter of this sectional tournament championship game. Pauly looking to get it inbounds. Finds Isaacs. Isaacs to Ward. Ward almost lost it out of bounds. And Coach Chris Ball quickly calls timeout. He didn't like the way things were looking right there. I don't really blame him.
Well, you know what? He knows he needs to keep composure on his kids, and he can't let things get out of hand.
And
so
possessions are very important right now.
Yeah. Now, he's going to have to come out and do something. He's down 14. He's going to have to come put some kind of pressure on the ball, try to get turnovers. You know, I mean, we've still got 7 minutes and something left, but, I mean, he's going to have to do something.
Fairland Dragons leading by 14 with 7:55 to go. 5 seconds into the fourth quarter, and Coach Ball had to call timeout. Didn't like the way things looked. And he needs to value every possession right now. McComas is going to inbounds for the Lady Panthers. Anderson gets the pass from McComas. Shot is up and off, and Tommy Hinkle comes out there with it. Chesapeake in the 1-2-2. Hinkle around everybody, up, and it's off. And coming out there with it is Maddie Ward, and she's fouled from behind. I think it's Tommy Hinkle. That'll be about her third foul. Hinkle leading the Dragons with 17 points. Now the Dragons have picked up the tempo. They're in their full court pressure. They seem to realize that Chesapeake has trouble with pressure. And now they fall back to full court man. That pass is going to go awry and picked up by Bree Allen. Allen to Howard. Howard to Hinkle. She lets it fly, and that's an air ball. But Orsbon comes out there with it. Out to Allen. Allen to Howard. Howard looks, thinks better of it, gets it back out to Marshall. Marshall to Allen. She puts up a three, and it's good. 45-28, 7 minutes to go on a running clock. Anderson, pass is off the foot of Isaacs, and it's going to be Dragon basketball. Checking in for the Panthers is McComas. Brooklyn McComas for Robin Isaacs. Marshall to inbound for the Dragons. Get down into the corner to Howard. Howard inside to Allen. To Orsbon. Orsbon to Marshall, and she lets a three fly. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Don't you love
Dragons
those old
up 20.
plays from back in the day?
Green. Anderson brings it up against the pressure. Gets it to McComas. She lets a three go, and it's good. And quickly, Coach Ball calls timeout.
He'll give her a two-pointer right there.
Is that two or three?
I believe he's going to give her a two. Two-pointer. Said her foot was on the line.
Okay. Okay, Chesapeake takes a full timeout. Score, 48-31. Lady Dragons by 17.
Well, they got corrected. I had 48-30 on my score.
48-30?
Yeah,
I corrected
and he
it.
finally corrected it
Right.
there on the board.
That was a 2-point shot by Brooklyn McComas, not a 3. So that's going to make it 48-30. Lady Dragons by 18.
Well, Coach, I better give a shout out to my kids.
Sure.
Isabel's down at Moorhead, Bryn's over in town working, and Nick is down in South Carolina. I'm sure enjoying a lot nicer weather than what we are. And of course, Miss Montgomery, wherever you're at tonight.
Bree Allen, inbound to Hinkle. She tries to cross over and loses it. And Pauly picks it up and gets it to McComas. McComas to Maddie Ward. Ward out between the circles. Drop step. Goes up. It's too hard off the glass. And rebounded by Orsbond. Orsbond to Marshall. Marshall over to Allen. Allen inside to Orsbond. Down low to Howard. Back out to Marshall. Marshall to Howard. Howard inside to Orsbond. To Allen. She'll let it go. Boom.
Coach, there's your high-low.
50-30. Dragons with a 20-point lead. 5:45 to go in the game. Anderson. And that ball is knocked out of bounds by Marshall. Ashley Conley's going to check in for
Becky Zimmerman's down here calling the game for us, Coach.
Candace Pauly. Ask her if she wants to say something.
No, I'm afraid she'll come up here and beat me up. Or give me a tongue lashing.
All right, you don't want that woman mad at you.
She's a jewel, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Good woman.
Brooklyn McComas. Picked up by Allen. Gets it out to Conley. Conley to Duncan. Duncan gets it to Ward. Ward dribble drive. Puts up the shot. It's too strong. Duncan. And that is quickly down. Orsbond finds Tommy Hinkle coming down the right side, and she lays it up and in. 5 minutes to go in the game. Dragons up 22. Anderson picked up by Howard, and Howard is called for a blocking foul. And Reese Barnett checks in for Mia Howard. There's pass knocked out of bounds by Orsbond. Brooklyn McComas will inbounds for the Lady Panthers. There's another pass knocked out of bounds by Orsbond.
What, that 3 deflections in a row, Coach?
Having a tough time just getting it inbounds. Now she gets it into Anderson. She goes down the lane. Kicks back out, but it's stolen by Reese Barnett. Barnett's bounce pass to Hinkle. Hinkle dribbles out to 3-point line. A little long on that one. Rebounded by Maddie Ward. Picked up by Marshall. Marshall looking to steal it. Ward lets it fly from long range. But it's rebounded in there by Duncan. Duncan out to McComas. McComas. She traveled. Too many steps there.
I don't think there's much offense right there, Coach. I just didn't see any kind of set.
Too much one-on-one. I don't see any set plays being run. Chesapeake picked up in a full court 1-2-1-1 press, and they quickly throw it away. Picked up there by Isaacs. Isaacs to Anderson. Anderson picked up by Libby Judge, who's checked in for the Lady Dragons. Anderson takes her on the dribble, down low, puts it up. It's off the rim, and Judge comes out there with it. She gets quickly to Hinkle. Hinkle across the line, over to Bree Allen. Dribble drives in the paint. misses the shot. Saves it to Barnitz. Barnitz is tied up by Blake Anderson. We got a jump ball. And it's going to stay on this end. We'll go to the Lady Dragons. 3:47 to go. 52-30, Lady Dragons. Marshall to Hinkle. Hinkle tries to get it inside. It's picked off. And then we got a jump ball. Hinkle jumped in there on it. Her and Polly with the tie up. This time it'll go to the Lady Panthers. Inbounded to Maddie Ward. She comes up against Emma Marshall. Between the legs. Spin dribble. She hands off to Isaacs. Isaacs to Ward. To Conley. Conley. Excuse me, that's Duncan. Emily Duncan puts that shot up. And that was too hot to handle for Reese Barnitz and a little too high. So the Dragons lead by 20 with 3:15 to go in the game.
Got to keep pressure on her. Got to keep pressure on
her. Lady Panthers, careless. And that ball is thrown out of bounds.
I don't
And
know, Coach,
it'll
was that,
go
not,
over to the Lady
was that not
Dragons.
touched right there? He's administering it back from there. I thought it was touched.
Marshall inbounds to Hinkle. Hinkle to the top to Barnitz for the three-pointer. It's off the back of the rim. And rebounded in there by Maddie Ward. She brings it up the floor quickly. She goes all the way to the hole, and she's fouled in there by Bree Allen. That's her second foul. And it's 16 foul on the Lady Dragons. Maddie Ward will go to the line. 3:02 to go in the game. Ward's first shot is up and good. 52-33. Checking back in for the Lady Panthers is Candace Polly for Emily Duncan. Ward eyes the basket. Second shot on the way. Good. Panthers pressing. Dragons break it easily. Over to, nice pass from Hinkle to Marshall, but that ball is blocked out of bounds by Blake Anderson. Lady Dragons will retain possession. Bree Allen checks out and Kylie Bruce checks in. Hinkle. Marshall back to Hinkle. Hinkle dribbles out between the circles. Hands off to Marshall. Judge reverses it. Back to Hinkle. Throws up a floater. It's no good, but Hinkle goes and gets her own rebound. Barnett's left open. She's going to shoot it. It's in and out. And she goes and gets her own rebound. Hinkle tries a three. It's off the back of the rim. And that one's going to be knocked out of bounds by Libby Judd. And checking back in for the Panthers is Brooklyn McComas for Pauly. (52-34), 2:18 on the running clock. Ward brings it up against Marshall. Gets a pick set by Anderson. Barnett's now picks her up. Ward gets the shot off, but it's no good. Tommy Hinkle brings it down, gives it to Marshall. She's going to let a three fly, and that's an air ball out of bounds. 1:52 to go in the game. Dragons up 18. Checking back in for the Dragons, Katie Brumfield for Barnett. Blake Anderson dribbles up. Doesn't seem to be in too big a hurry. She going left. The ball's knocked away by Marshall, but picked up by Brooklyn McComas out to Ward. She's going to let 3 fly. Boom. Henkel to Judge. Judge to Marshall. And then she's picked by Anderson. Anderson goes strong. Lays it up and in. And that foul's going to be on Libby Judge. And quickly, the Lady Panthers have cut a 22-point lead down to 15. Excuse me, down to 13. Can cut it to 12. Checking back in for the Dragons, number 22, Bree Allen, for Kylie Bruce. Anderson, it's a shot up and good. And it's like that, it's 52 to, and we got a jump ball, and it's going to go to the Lady Dragons. 1:18 to go in the game. Dragons up by 12. Marshall gets it in Henkel. It's double teamed by Pauly. She gets down low to Allen. Allen out to Katie Brumfield. Hands it back off to Marshall, back to Allen. Allen goes left all the way, and it's blocked by Anderson. But Henkel comes out there with the rebound. 56 seconds to go in the game. Dragons running their offense. Allen is fouled in there by Maddie Ward. That's going to be her 4th. And that's going to send the, nope, that's going to be ball out of bounds on the side. That's team foul number 5 on the Lady Panthers. Marshall inbounds to Allen. Allen back to Marshall. He gets it to Brumfield. Brumfield to Henkel. Dragons in no hurry. And she's fouled. Henkel's fouled on the pass. And that's going to be team foul number 6. Lady Dragons will take it out underneath their own basket. The foul was on Pauly. Her 2nd. Checking back in for Lady Panthers are Ashley Conley and Brooklyn McComas. And Coach Ball is taking out his 2 seniors, Maddie Ward and Blake Anderson. That was a good thing to do.
Yes, it was.
Dragons running inbounds play for Allen. She puts it up and ends 54-40. 30 seconds to go on a running clock. McComas against Marshall. Gets a pick set by Duncan. Still dribbling out. Over to Pauly. Pauly back to McComas. Duncan sets a pick. Rolls to the basket. Leaves McComas wide open. She puts up a 3, and it's in and out. Henkel comes out there with it. And they're not going to foul. 4 seconds left. That's going to be the ball game. Lady Dragons win the Division III sectional championship game against the Lady Panthers, 54-40. They're getting the ladder out, Coach. Getting ready to cut down the nets.
Well,
we'll be back with you tomorrow night. We're going to see the OVC championship game, pretty much. The South Point Pointers with 1 loss and the Fairland Dragons with 1 loss. We'll tip off here either 7 or 7:30. We're not, we don't have any concrete evidence yet exactly when that's going to start, but we'll bring it to you tomorrow evening. Next up for the Lady Dragons will be the Cold Grove Hornets here Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. And man, what a game that's going to be.
well, they split regular season,
Yes.
so
Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you, and or if you're ready there,
well,
Rain Man.
I think we are. We'll
Okay.
start with the Lady Panthers, and and congratulate Coach Ball. He had a good year.
Yes.
I mean, 15-7 now.
15-7,
Hey,
that's a good year.
That's a heck of a year, Congratulations to him. Like I said, I've known him a long time, and he's a good coach and he's a good person. He really is.
They seem like a very nice guy.
He
I
is.
talked to him.
Maddie Ward had 12. She came back, only had 3 in the first half, came back, scored 9 second half. So she upped her output there a little bit for them, which is good. Emily Duncan had 10. She had several underneath the basket. Blake Anderson was held to 6. She did score 5 in the second half. And Brooklyn McComas had 7. And then Robin Isaacs had 5, but all those came in the first half. So for the Lady Dragons, Emma Marshall had 13. Bree Allen had 12. Mia Howard had 2. Kirsten Orsbaum had 1. Reese Barnett's had 6. Kylie Bruce had 2. And the leading scorer was Tommy Hinkle with 18. And I know one thing Coach Ball told me tonight, he said one of the things he said the keys was stop Tommy Hinkle. And she got him for 18. Now now Bree didn't score as many as she usually does, but Tommy kind of picked up the slack there.
Well, I'm telling you, just looking at foot speed, they had no one that could stay with Tommy Hinkle. Once she gets her head down and has the ball and goes coast to coast, and most of the time she finishes or she finds someone that will finish. It was I thought she had a really good floor game and good scoring game. And
I thought it was pretty much an all-around game. Defensively, I'm very happy with the way they played tonight. I thought they played pretty well defensively.
yeah, he changed it up and went away from the 1-2-2, went strictly man. And that seemed to pay dividends because they held Ward and Anderson down.
Well, you got to think about this. Maddie Ward in the first half only had 3 points. Okay, and Blake Anderson in the first half only had 1. So,
Wow.
You know, those were his 2 go-to players that needed to get the ball.
Right.
But like I said, you know, they didn't quit. Hats off to Chesapeake. You know, Fairland was just a little bit better tonight.
Yep. They put the ball in the hole. I mean, I don't think they played their best, but because they put up a lot of points.
Well,
54 points is not a whole lot for that Fairland squad because they can get in the 70s.
Well, I'll tell you what,
easy.
if you look at our shooting tonight, I bet our shooting percentage is not very good. I don't know what it is. I'm sure Tim Stevens would have it, but
We missed a lot of bunnies and shot a lot of air balls, but we did enough to win by 24 points. I can
now,
tell you
Coach,
that.
also with that being said, I don't know how many days did they practice over these snow days. I have no idea. I mean, I know the
think
roads.
they practiced the last 2 days because
Okay.
my daughter's an assistant coach, Ashley Whitley, and I know she had to go to practice. And speaking of my daughter, I got a shout out to the granddaughters, man.
Well, you better not forget them.
I
They'll get
can't
mad at
forget
you.
Stella and Lola and Cash and Rosie and little Frankie June.
You better make sure you go down the roll and get them all.
Oh, I got them. There's only 5 of them, brother.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not gonna have
my
any more.
grandmother used to go down the roll. I was the third one, and she had to get to me. Oh, by the way, well, I better give a shout out to Carl and Scott, my 2 softball fellow coaches and members of law enforcement. They texted me and said, "Well, I can't."
Who's Carl?
Carl Bowen.
Oh, Carl. Yeah.
And said
Yeah.
that I would give a shout out to my kids and one to them. So I guess they're trying to put themselves there up with my children. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, that's not going to happen.
No. But hi, guys, anyway. I hope you all enjoyed the game.
Yes. Hey, listen, we're gonna bow out now, but we're gonna be back tomorrow evening and bring you the South Point Pointer Fairland Dragon boys basketball game, just a regular OVC game, but it will be for the championship.
And it should be a doozy, Coach.
Yeah, the Pointers pulled one off down there in South Point, won by, I don't know, what was it, 3, 5?
3 or 4 something, yeah.
But,
well, I'll tell you what, here's the thing.
That was a good game because
Yeah.
they didn't lead till the end.
Right. Well, South Point, I'm just going to tell you, is very, very, very athletic.
Yeah.
They really are. I don't think, maybe basketball skill-wise, they may not be exactly the same as us, but I'm going to tell you they're very, very athletic.
Well, I thought they did a great job of keeping the ball in front of them.
Well,
I
that's
told my buddy Doug today, we were talking about the game, and it was one of the few teams that have been able to keep the ball in front of them because Fairland does a lot of back cutting, a lot of picking, and a lot of drives.
Right.
When
Well,
Aiden Porter
Coach,
puts his head down, him and Tommy Hinkle got the same mindset.
that the number one, that's athletic ability and good coaching to
yeah.
keep it in front of you. You know that.
Right, and they did a good job. Travis Wise, head coach of the South Point Pointers, will bring his squad in here tomorrow night, and that's going to do it for us tonight. When the Fairland Dragons have won the Division III sectional championship game, 54-40. Good night, everybody.
Good night.